Hello everyone and thank you for this opportunity. My name is Santhia Naumani, a final year student pursuing a Bachelor of Applied Science Product Development Technology with honors at University Malaysia Kelantan. Metric number F21A1346. Today, I will be sharing about my industrial training experience which I completed at QL Foods Sdn Berhad. This presentation will cover a brief overview of my internship, information about the organization, my daily activities, key assignments, personal reflection through SWOT analysis, some suggestions, and finally, my most valuable and memorable experiences. Before I begin, I would like to take a moment to express my heartfelt appreciation. Firstly, to University Malaysia Kelantan, especially the Faculty of Agro-Based Industry, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I would also like to thank my industrial supervisor, Mr. Shukri Ramli, and the entire team at the QL Foods for their guidance, support, and for sharing their knowledge with me. Thank you also to my academic supervisor, Ms. Amira, for her continuous support and encouragement throughout my internship. Lastly, to my family and friends for their constant motivation. My internship at QL Food ran from 17 March to 6th of July, where I worked as an R&D QA intern under the Frozen 2 department. I work Monday to Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5:45 p.m. and receive an allowance of 800 per month. This placement allowed me to gain real exposure to both laboratory and quality assurance environments. QL Foods Sdn Berhad was established in 1994 and is located in Hutan Melintang, Perak. It is Malaysia's first vertically integrated surimi producer and currently exports to more than 16 countries including to the European Union, Middle East and Asia. The company is certified with Halal by JAKIM, AZEP, GMP, MUSTI and FSSC 22000, which highlights its commitment to quality and food safety. Their corporate motto is with value for all. As you guys all see in the previous video, at QL Foods, the main products are surimi-based products such as crab sticks, fish ball, fish cakes and other frozen seafood products. They also provide services like OEM manufacturing, meeting customized requirements for clients and ensuring products comply with various international standards. This is the organization chart of QL Foods. It shows the different departments and how they are structured to manage production, quality, R&D and supporting function efficiently. During my 4 months of internship, I was actively involved in both laboratory tasks and quality assurance activities. One of my main responsibilities was preparing Listeria samples to be sent to an external laboratory for analysis. I also assisted with microbial testing, particularly for products like crab chunk, focusing on E. coli and total plate count. After observing the results, I also help prepare the Certificate of Analysis or COA before the product can be exported. I was also given the opportunity to act as a trainer for production operators. I prepare and deliver internal training materials on key topics such as GMP, bacteria and food poisoning, food allergens and food defense. This included creating slides, designing quizzes, marking the papers, and recording the scores in Microsoft Excel. Each week, I perform swabbing activities around the plant F1, F2, F3, particularly targeting the Listeria risk zones in food processing areas. The next day, I transfer the samples for incubation to observe bacterial growth. At the end of every month, I also participated in GMP audits for all three plants, where we check the hygiene practices, equipment cleanliness, and documentation. In addition to this core task, I also often assigned to sample collection during production and supported the QA assistant with documentation, record updates, and general admin work. These experiences gave me a well-rounded understanding of how laboratory procedure and quality assurance system work together in maintaining food safety and compliance in real industry environment. One of the major assignments I handled during my internship was the development and execution of a food safety awareness training module for plant operators. This project covered 4 key topics: good manufacturing practice, GMP, bacteria, allergen, and food defense. My role was to prepare the training slides, ensuring the information was clear and suitable for operator level understanding. I also created quizzes to assess their learning, handled the distribution and collection of quiz papers, and then marked and recorded their scores using Microsoft Excel. This assignment strengthened my technical communication, content creation, and data management skills. It also gave me insight into how internal training programs are structured to support food safety culture within a production environment. I was proud to contribute meaningfully to educating team members and improving compliance awareness among operators. Another major assignment I was involved in was the microbial testing of crab chunk products during production, focusing on E. coli and total plate count. My role included observing the result, assisting in the testing process, preparing samples, and monitoring the incubation results. After test completion, I supported the team in preparing the Certificate of Analysis (COA), a required document to release products for distribution. This assignment taught me how microbiological testing is implemented in food industry, and I learned about food safety standards, lab hygiene, incubation condition, and result interpretation. I also gained confidence in working control lab environment and understood how testing directly impacts product release decisions. The third project I was involved in focused on verifying plant hygiene through GMP audits and weekly swabbing activities. On a weekly basis, I conducted surface swabbing in critical condition areas and prepared the swab samples for incubation. This process was essential for identifying contamination risk and maintaining food safety compliance. In addition, I joined the monthly GMP audits across all 3 plants, F1, F2, F3. During these audits, I followed the checklist with the QA team to inspect equipment cleanliness, staff hygiene, documentation, and process flow. Through this assignment, I gained hands-on experience in internal auditing practices, learned to evaluate compliance, and develop a sharper eye for detail when it comes to hygiene and sanitation standards. To conclude, I summarize my overall internship experience using a SWOT analysis. Among my strengths, I gained hands-on lab and QA experience, improved my communication skills, and grew confident in presenting technical topics. As weaknesses, I needed guidance in using some advanced equipment and took time to adapt to the fast-paced environment. The opportunities included networking with industry professionals and learning how real QA and R&D practices are carried out. Meanwhile, the threats were the high expectation tied to strict hygiene and audit requirements and the risk of mistakes due to inexperience. I have prepared several suggestions based on my overall internship experience. Starting with the faculty, I recommend arranging a mid-internship Zoom meeting. It can be a short face-to-face check-in for students to reflect on their progress and receive advice or encouragement to improve the remaining weeks. I also suggest organizing more field trips or company visits to expose students to various industry settings even before they begin training. For the industry, I believe it would help if companies provided a clear onboarding plan or task guide for interns. This helps reduce confusion and builds confidence from the start. Also, if possible, intern could be given cross-department exposure. For example, even if I placed in F2, I would have loved to observe how R&D works in F1 or F3. Lastly, for myself, I would like to improve my technical skills, especially with the lab equipments, and be more proactive in asking questions or volunteering for tasks to learn as much as I can. If I had to pick the most valuable part of my internship, it would definitely be the opportunity I had to conduct internal training sessions. At first, I was honestly quite nervous. I was just an intern and I was about to train plant operators and QC inspectors, some of them with over 14 years of experience. But surprisingly, they were all very supportive. Sometimes I had smaller groups of 15 people, other times nearly 40 participants. What made this experience even more meaningful was that the QA assistant trusted me enough to let me run the sessions completely on my own. After one of the trainings, she even praised me, saying, even though she is just here for industrial training, she is doing more than expected. That really boosted my confidence. It showed me that I was capable of stepping out of my comfort zone, handling responsibilities, and communicating important topics, something I never thought I could do in front of experienced staffs. As for the most memorable moment, I have to say it was during the Raya celebration at QL Foods. I was actually the only Indian among all of them, but from the very start, I never once felt left out. The day before, we all got together to prepare the decorations, and there was so much laughter. On the actual day, there was so much delicious food, everyone was chit-chatting, taking photos, and really enjoying themselves. I even received compliments on my baju kurung, which honestly made me feel very proud. And the best part, I ended up winning the lucky draw prize that day. It was one of those moments that just made me smile, to feel included, respected, and celebrated, like that is something I will always carry with me. That concludes my presentation. Thank you for your time and attention. I appreciate the opportunity to share my internship experience with you all. Have a good day. Bye.